voice, even when the rest of the world isn't talking. Investigative reports exclusively from News Center 8.
Investigative reporting has been a Fox 8 tradition for decades, 4.5 to be exact.
In that time, the Fox 8 I-Team has been on the streets.
You're not welcome here. Get off my porch, please.
I mean, it's obvious
Get
that...
off my porch. Get off my porch.
Holding people accountable.
Judge, Michael Levine is throwing some pretty serious charges your way. How do you respond to him? Did you do him a favor? Hey, Judge! What are you doing? Settle down. Did you do him a favor?
You didn't drive that water truck in here. How come you're driving it out?
And getting justice.
What kind of a test is that?
There's been problems with the Better Business Bureau, too, and some people complaining.
I'm Ed with Fox 8. My wife Peggy from Fox 8.
All while making unforgettable TV.
Like this one from the founding member of the Fox 8 I-Team.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Cree? Yes. I'm Tom Meyer from Channel 8. Goodbye.
Tom Meyer was the station's first investigator back in 1979 and became the fact finder in '82. He was relentless and held people accountable.
Councilman, when you did become aware of the mistake, why didn't you try to change it? Why didn't you try to correct it?
Because I was unaware of it.
I'm saying, when you became aware of it...
Wait a minute now. Let's stop it. Don't put me to the third degree on it. I told you what the damn mistake was. Now don't put me to the third degree on it. I don't have to answer that to you.
When you became aware...
I told you, God... Now get out of my way.
When you became aware...
Put that camera out,
When you became aware of the mistake, Councilman... Hey, Councilman! What are you doing?
Confrontation was just part of the day for Carl Monday.
No big problem, you know. The city ain't gonna go bankrupt.
Or don't you think it's a bad example to set?
No, I do not. I don't have the money.
You don't have money to pay a $400 water bill?
I do not have the money, okay?
The year 1984, Carl learned City Council President George Forbes owed the city $440. Keep in mind, this was a time when the city was walking a financial tightrope. Carl presses, Forbes erupts.
I gave you a answer. Now, one of these days, I'm gonna kick your and it might be this guy more. Now, you got your answer. Now, get out of my face.
Thank you.
I ain't bullshit with you. Now, I'll take that camera and wrap it around your goddamn head. Now, one of these days, you're gonna grab me with the wrong minute. No, I gave you my answer, okay?
Okay.
We got to meet. Now, I ain't bullshit with you. We got to meet. Now, you scared that, but I'll kick your goddamn ass. I ain't bullshit with you.
Call me now. In the early 2000s, Miss Cleo was all the rage.
And ask me a question and I'll tell you the truth. The spirits speak to me as clearly as I'm speaking to you.
Her infomercials claimed she was a psychic from Jamaica. Authorities claimed she was a fraud. No one could find her except Lori Taylor. She tracked her down in a Florida grocery store.
This is so rude. That is the best that I can say is that you are rude.
Lori uncovered Miss Cleo was actually born in the U.S. and went by several other names. She later said she was just an employee and didn't own the company behind those infamous infomercials.
In the end, that company was forced to give all of that money back to make all of those consumers whole.
Years later, Lori caught up with Miss Cleo at a parade. Even Miss Cleo laughed at her tenacity.
That's how Lori Taylor and I know each other. She chased me into a supermarket years ago.
Tom Merriman's second day on the I-Team was 9/11, just as the leader of Ohio's largest mosque was praised as a symbol of peace. But Tom had secret tapes of Imam Fawaz Damra, showing him raising money for a terrorist organization.
The first principle is that terrorism and terrorism alone is the path to liberation.
Tom traced Damra back to a mosque in Brooklyn and learned federal prosecutors labeled him a co-conspirator in the '93 bombing of the World Trade Center. He just wasn't indicted. That's when Tom got a call from an intelligence official he'd never met.
I want you to fly to Washington, D.C. I want you to drive to this parking garage, and I want you to then dial this number. And they took me to a room and they said, here's all the tapes we have. You can have anything you want. And that sealed the deal.
The tapes included Osama bin Laden's spiritual leader and a founder of Al-Qaeda at Damra's Brooklyn Mosque. Though Damra played no part in 9/11, he was a terrorist fundraiser and helped lead Al-Qaeda to America. He was eventually imprisoned, then deported.
We're going to do everything we could to find the truth. And so absolutely I went.
In 2002, Bill Scheel was the only reporter in America to get a bishop on camera answering, or rather not answering, this question.
Dioceses around the country have moved priests from church to church where that person encounters more victims. Yes. Has the Diocese of Cleveland done that?
Historically?
In your tenure?
In my tenure? I can't remember. I think it could have happened.
That was the former Catholic Bishop of Cleveland, Anthony Pilla. Bill produced dozens of stories on the priest pedophile scandal here in Cleveland. He got a tape where a Cleveland auxiliary bishop advised church lawyers how they could hide documents on pedophile priests, and uncovered a settlement agreement with Bishop Pilla's signature on it.
This is the Fox videotape of the Bill Scheel interviews.
His reporting led to a civil deposition of Bishop Pilla, where he was asked about that priest.
Did you ever fire him as a priest?
Objection to form.
No.
Now to your current I-Team. It's not often you find a husband-wife investigative duo, but together we're going 24/7.
I'm Ed with Fox 8 and my wife Peggy with Fox 8.
Is the chief around?
No, he's in a meeting right now.
Is he?
No. So what do we tell taxpayers about you guys with this contract?
Somebody sent us some video from your property in May that looked like the dogs were stacked, exposing so-called puppy mills.
Revealing secrets behind traffic camera tickets, raising questions about classes for permits to carry guns.
We work together and don't take no for an answer. Like when we went to Houston to do exclusive interviews with Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson's defense team and the lawyer handling more than 20 of the lawsuits against him.
When people say the NFL investigation is ongoing, that's a farce. The NFL doesn't give two about women or about women's rights or about women that have been assaulted. They don't.
That's incredibly unfair and wrong, just flat out wrong.
For 45 years, the Fox 8 I-Team has been working for you.
Here's to 45 more years of justice.
Ed Gallick.
Peggy Gallick, Fox 8 I-Team.